when you do something over and over again, you become so confident. You become so confident in that thing. So what are you waiting for? Do it over and over again. And then you have to be very intentional. If you put a vase on a table, if you don't move that vase away from there, that vase will sit down there. And the same applies to your business. Setting up a business is an opportunity to grow. It is you providing solutions to real problem and contributing your own quota to the society. Over and over again, I have come across concerns like, I am scared, those false expectations that appear to be real, the fear of the unknown, insecurities that present themselves and stops you from going ahead to start up that business. Today I'll be talking to you on those things that you could think about, the sort of things that you should put ahead, And yeah, it is a good idea when you're trying to set up your own business. However, it is of course hard work, because the only difference with you being an employee and somebody who owns a business is that you're very flexible. You don't have a boss ordering you around. You set up the schedules yourself, and those times, but it requires a hard work. And of course, yes, there is something to your own name that you're contributing to the society in one way or the other. However, yes, I agree that as humans, we are always scared of, is it going to succeed or not? Are people going to buy my idea? Is my business going to thrive or not? So today I'll be sharing with you lots of tips and things that you need to think about, or the direction, the mindset shift. I think I'll put it that way, so that you can have a mindset shift and leave that your comfort zone. Yeah, because I have over and over, I've had people say, oh, well, my current job pays my bill. What if I leave my job and I'm not able to pay my bills? I can't really start up the business. Yeah, today I'll be sharing with you how you can think in the right direction so that you're not hindering yourself, or you're not limiting yourself from achieving that your dream. If you don't know me, I am Bola Adeyeye Omeshade, and this is the Bola Adeyeye Omeshade show. It is a community where I teach people to build their confidence, to embrace self-love, and of course you overcome self-doubt. And this is me sharing my years of experience of living with so much low self-esteem and lack of confidence, and those things that have helped me to grow and get to where I am now. I'm sharing those real life experiences and how I have helped people to get to be the best version of themselves. So you're welcome to be part of this community. Feel free to join us, and by doing that, you want to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and follow the Facebook page if you're watching from Facebook. And thanks for staying tuned. Now, yes, so are you scared to set up your own business? What are the things that you should do? The first thing I would like to say to you is you have taken the right step. The first step is you admitting that you want to set up a business. So I want you to pat yourself on the back, because a lot of people would want to set up a business and they would not even admit, they would not even go as far as, saying that, or having that thought, or saying that they want to provide a solution to certain problem. So well done. You need to pat yourself on the back. You have taken the first step, And yes, I agree that there is a big difference between setting up being an employee and setting up a business. There is a big difference. However, one thing I want to remind you of is that there are a lot of skills that you are taking from being an employee to somebody who owns a business. There are lots of transferable skills. You know, whatever kind of job you're currently doing, or wherever, maybe it's kind of, you're moving from one business to the other, you are taking lots of transferable skills. So it's not that you are starting all over again. You know, so I want you to look at you know, when you just finish a degree, you know, that kind of confidence you always have when you finish a degree and you feel that you know it all, and then you're ready to get that job and, you know, take all those things that you have learned from the university, forgetting that the business environment is a different place entirely. You know, that is how you should approach setting up your business. With, you know, now you're insecure because you don't know what is happening. So where is that confidence you had when you were finishing that degree, or maybe when you have just learned that new job, or you have just finished that new course, or, you know, or learned that new trade? That confidence that you have, why are you not applying that same confidence to setting up the business? You know, that drive, when you just finish your degree, you have that drive to go into the business and, you know, or to be an employee and, you know, share all those your skills. That is the same drive that you should have when you're wanting to set up the business, because you are taking a lot of transfer. Whatever you find yourself doing, there are lots of skills that you're taking along with you. Just you waking up in the morning and picking up your bag and starting your, of course, they say maybe you should resume your job at 8 a.m. and you're always getting there at 8 a.m. It means that you're always on time, you know, because you have to organize yourself. You have your family and all that. That's organizational skills, you know, even communication, whatever it is you're doing, you're communicating with people, even if it's just working with your colleagues. That's teamwork ethics. So there's so many transferable skills that you don't have to start learning all over again that you need in the business. So there are lots of skills that you're taking along with you. And another thing is, when I say you're taking, it has to be step by step. I'll tell you, when I used to work as a in the casino, and at some point I moved from working on the bar to the reception, to work as a receptionist. And when I first started, it was always very difficult for me to pick up the phone, because I'll think, you know, how many of you, you know, for those that maybe when you've just moved from all the way from Africa to maybe England or America, the accent you don't understand as such. Well, that was the case in my own case. I didn't really grab it quickly, and for everything everybody said, I would say yes, 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 yes. You know, it's either I'm nodding my head, or because I don't even understand. So I'm always confirming or affirming to whatever they are saying, and I'm just, you know, nodding my head even when I don't even understand. So the confidence was not there when I started on the reception. I could not pick the calls, you know. But one of the days I think I started with booking a taxi, and then I needed to book a taxi for the customer. I picked up the phone and then I called up the taxi, and, you know, but gradually I did it over and over and over again, you know, and I became very confident. So you need to think about you setting up your business in that way, you know. So it's something that when you start, you do it. So you do something over and over, you become confident. That fear begins to, you know, it begins to limit its, you know, those false expectations that is presenting begins to be limited, you know. So the main thing is, as long as you have your clear plans, you have an understanding of that problem that you're trying to solve, take it one step at a time. Now, even after I left the casino, I went ahead to, I think I worked somewhere, I think I worked at the university before I went ahead again to work as a customer service advisor with an energy provider. And of course, I needed to pick the phone and speak to customers. It was, I think we had a whole week, the weeks of I think about 6 or 8 weeks training, and we were going to go on the phone again, which was a very different approach from the casino. So I am coming from one business to the other. The confidence was there slightly, but it was a different approach. And when it was time for us to get onto the phone, I was still very scared. I wasn't confident. I was, and I was always standing behind. But then it got to a time where I had to be on the phone anyway. And I made lots of mistakes, I would be scared. I would do it afraid. But then over and over again, I did it. So what am I saying? Do it afraid. When you are afraid, yes, it's clear that you are afraid. Do it afraid. But when you're doing it afraid over and over again, you become very confident in what you're doing. So you want to set up that business, do it afraid. When you do it over and over, you will fail, yes. People would laugh at you, yes. And yeah, when it comes to, oh yes, when sometimes when like I was saying that I was when people talk to me when I first arrived in England and I nod my head, some people when I'm replying them, I'm saying something different, they would laugh at me and like that's not what I mean, but then I made those mistakes, but now I understand. In fact, I can communicate well because I have done it over and over. I did it afraid. I did it scared. So do it scared. Apparently one of the days, I think at some point while I was still with the energy provider and I was speaking on the phone, and one of the customers was saying, what language are you speaking? And I said to him, I'm speaking Queen's English. I was confident at the time because I had done it over and over again. He was more or less like throwing shades at me, but I was confident to say, well, I am audible. I am articulating well. You should understand what I am saying. If you want to throw shades, unfortunately, you are not at the right door. But you imagine if it was a case when I first started, yes, I would have, been scared again and maybe, be worried and not want to go to the phone again. And that the same thing applies to your business. You would make mistakes. You would maybe send the wrong invoices. Maybe your goods will not be delivered early. But in that process, you're learning. And that goes to my next point. You will learn, so and you will fail, of course. Bear in mind that for every time you fail, you're going to stand up again. You're going to stand up again. For every time you fail, you are going to stand up again and again. Okay, so I want to repeat the things that I have said so that you're writing them down. The first thing is the first thing was you will what was it actually? The first thing is you do it over and over again. Okay, when you do something over and over again, you build confidence. Okay, then another one is do it afraid. Yes, we know that you are afraid. Okay, do it afraid. Prepare that, yes, people would laugh at me. I am going to make mistakes. Yes. And so do it afraid. Another one is, yes, when you fail in the business, prepare that I will do it over again and there is something for me to learn. There is something for me to learn. And just before I started sharing all those, I said to you that the first step is you need to pat yourself on the back because you have taken the first step, which is, of course, you conceiving that idea of setting up that business. So you're actually doing better than a lot of so many other people. And yes, like I said again, you're bringing lots of transferable skills. So you're not having to start all over again. So is this you? And you want to set up that business and you're really scared. What is holding you back? One question I would like you to ask yourself: what is the biggest challenge that is standing in your way. That thing that is making you scared. What is that thing? Because not until you're able to identify that thing that is standing in your way, all these tips that I've shared with you might not be applicable. You need to know what that thing that is standing in your way, that is being a challenge, that is being an obstacle or is stopping you, from setting up that business. It doesn't even have to be a business. Even if it is a change in career, you need to tackle that thing. Doesn't mean that you need to gain additional skills. Now, no one came with any skills. We all learn one skill or the other. And I have used this scenario over and over again. When you listen to music, maybe you listen to that music the first time, you listen to it the second time, you listen to it the third time, at some point, even without the music playing, you can play the music in your head. You can even sing the music word for word. So when you do something over and over again, you become so confident. You become so confident in that thing. So what are you waiting for? Do it over and over again. And then you have to be very intentional. If you put a vase on a table, if you don't move that vase away from there, that vase will sit down there. And the same applies to your business. You have that vase as a business. If you are not moving that vase away from where it is, if you are not pushing it to where it's supposed to be, that your goal, that your dream, you are not moving it in the right direction, it will sit there. And unfortunately, it will sit there for the rest of your lives. So I am challenging you today. What are you scared of? We have so many fears, so many false beliefs that plays up in our head that we feed ourselves with. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, instead of saying I can't do it, you want to say that, yes, it can be, it might be challenging, I might not have the skills to do it now. But when you do it over and over again. No one brought anything from anywhere. We all are learning and doing it we're doing it over and over again. So what is that business that you have in mind? I want you to start today. Take that bold steps. Take that first step or that first task on your priority list, because of course you have written all your tasks and goals. Take the first one and start implementing it. Prepare that, yes, you could fail. Prepare that people would laugh at you. Prepare that, yes, you would maybe do the wrong things, but it's an opportunity to learn. Pick up the things that you need to learn from those scenarios, and you are growing. When you do it today, when you do it tomorrow, you realize that you're getting better. You realize that you are becoming very confident. So stop limiting yourself. Come out of your comfort zone. I know that job currently pays your bills, but you have that goal, that big dream. Start today. Stop limiting yourself. And if this is you're still struggling and you want to have one-to-one with me so that we can draw out that plan, I can share with you more strategies on how to, kickstart or start implementing those your ideas, those your business. Feel free to send me a message, send me I would share an email with you just at the end of this video. Send me a DM or an email, and yes, we'll be able to draw out a plan today. What are you waiting for? What is that big challenge that is stopping you? Identify that challenge and tackle it today. Do it over and over again. Do it over and over again. Be repetitive. When you do something over and over again, you become confident. You will learn. So stop being scared. Stop feeding your head with lots of false expectations. Stop feeding yourself with lots of beliefs that are not real. You can do it. If anyone has done it before, you can do it. All you need is to put in the right amount of effort. All you need to do is put in the right amount of work. And I believe that you can achieve it. If this is you and you're struggling, or you know somebody who is struggling, I want you to share this video with them. And just before you go, in the comment, I want you to write that thing that you are going to do today. Write that thing that you are going to start doing today. Take that first step and stop limiting yourself. Stop being scared of going for those dreams, of achieving that your dream today. I know you're going to do. Share your thoughts with me. I want to hear from you. If you have any question, you have any concerns, or just leave them in the comment section. I want to read from you. And yeah, thanks for watching me today. Share this with your family, share this with your friend. If you have any question, as usual, I want you to send me an email. Don't forget to follow our social media pages, Facebook or Instagram, where we share lots of inspirational content on being your best self. And thank you so much for joining me today. I would hope to see you again next week. And this is Bola Adeyeye Omeshade. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.